तो मेरे ऐसे कभी था नहीं कि मुझे ट्रैवलर बनना है या फिर कुछ करना है, जस्ट चला गया मैं। एंड द टाइम आई वेंट देयर, दैट डे व्हेन आई वेंट देयर, आई वाज लाइक, "Oh, are you serious? Nature is so beautiful." Later I got to know that you can exchange your skills, you can exchange your work to get stay and food at different places. वो जिंदगी ना मिलेगा दोबारा वाला सीन है, चलना चाहता हूँ, दौड़ना चाहता हूँ। तो मैं सिर्फ चलना चाहता था, दौड़ना नहीं चाहता। So as a solo traveler, we are making it a thing कि it's a solo travel and it's very this and that. Normally, it's just a travel, and we have been doing it since years, like ages.
Okay, so hello and welcome to Balancing the Act. This is season 3 and I'm here today with Raghu. Raghu is basically an amazing person. He's traveling in exchange of work. He's basically doing the old type of barter system in the world and he's been doing it for 4 years. So he has good amount of experience. So Raghu, thank you for taking the time out and thank you for speaking to me. And I wish everybody here is going to get something out of this episode. So let's, just go into it.
Hi, Kevin. Thank you so much for calling me. Thank you for inviting me for this podcast. Yes, so as you said, I am Raghu Raahi, and I have been traveling since last 4 years through work exchange. So, what is work exchange? It's nothing but you do something for someone, and in exchange, that someone will do something for you. It's that simple. So, I've been using this way of life to travel since last 4 years. I've traveled in India, in many different states in India, and also I've traveled outside India in Southeast Asia. So yeah.
So just to give our listeners context to what is happening. So Raghu started traveling say 5 years ago, 7 years ago. When did you start? So give them a little bit of background. When they're listening to your story now, they need to know who Raghu is, where he comes from, and what type of traveling did Raghu start with? Because see, everybody has the aspiration to do what you're doing today, but no one has the guts or no one is taking that leap of faith. Ki, chalo, let's do this. So give them a little bit of your insight.
Okay. So I come from a very regular background. You come from a middle class family. You go to college, you get a degree, you go for a job. So I was working in Pune, and one fine day, my friends they said कि चलो हिमाचल में जाते हैं, कहीं ट्रैक करके आते हैं। And मैंने पहले कभी ऐसे like नॉर्थ में हिमालयाज में कभी गया नहीं था. So I was not very excited. I'm like कि सब लोग चल रहे हैं तो मैं भी चलता हूँ. तो मेरे ऐसे कभी था नहीं कि मुझे ट्रैवलर बनना है या फिर कुछ करना है, जस्ट चला गया मैं. And the time I went there, that day when I went there, I was like, "Whoa, are you serious? Nature is so beautiful." I mean, जो टीवी में दिखता है वो तो अलग एक्सपीरियंस है ही, but when you actually see it and you actually feel it, that trek actually changed everything for me. I was like कि यहाँ इतने बड़े बड़े पहाड़ है और इतने सुंदर सुंदर वादियां हैं और मैं वहां पे क्यूबिकल में बैठ के काम कर रहा हूँ. मैं क्या पागल हूँ? And then I just came back and quit my job. Like literally, I quit my job. I had no plans to quit my job. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था. But मैं वहाँ गया and something just striked, and I was like, I want to spend at least couple of my years of my life to just explore India. And then I quit my job. And then somehow I got into filmmaking. I started making videos and video editing. This skill helped me in traveling. Later I got to know that you can exchange your skills, you can exchange your work to get stay and food at different places. You know how we do work and get money and then use that money to do what we want. So work is equal to money is equal to do what you want. So I just removed that money wala part from this equation and I'm just working to do what I want. So it's pretty simple. So that's what I have been doing now.
So the entire thing of you exchanging, your skill set for loving what you're doing, right, is a concept that I believe in too. I have a travel community and we're using that as a platform to help other people reach out to, like-minded people. And so the people in the community can, grow together, be together and, make good experiences come out of it. So let's talk about how your adventures started. Now we know that now the fact is established that, okay, now you've quit your job. We are more than ready to do whatever it takes to earn the ends meet. And now tell us about some experiences or your adventure into like we've spoken before. So I know about your trip from Rishikesh to Kedarnath. So, Kedarnath has very specific religious importance also in the country. So tell us about that trip.
So this happened last year when I was volunteering in Rishikesh. So there's this hotel where I was doing work exchange. You also call it volunteering. So I
Okay.
was offering my video editing skill to this guy who was running this hotel. उस hotel का नाम भी बता देता हूँ. It's called Ubex Hotel. It's in Rishikesh. So this guy is like really awesome. If you ever get to go there, you should stay with him. Really lovely guy. So he hosted me and I was making videos. So he already had videos. I was just editing them and giving it to him. In exchange, I was getting stay and I got a kitchen and breakfast. So I could cook by myself also. And then one fine day, this guy comes into the hostel. This guy is from South India, but he lives in Canada. And he says कि यार मैं ना केदारनाथ जाना चाहता हूँ. So I said कि कैसे जाएगा? So मैं बाइक रेंट करूँगा, then I'll go to केदारनाथ. मैंने बोला यार you know what, सब लोग बाइक से कार से जाते हैं, let's do something else, let's walk. I really want to walk since a really long time. मैं एक्चुअली बहुत टाइम से मेरे दिल में कीड़ा था कि मुझे चलना है लाइक नॉन स्टॉप, रुकना ही नहीं, बस चलते जाना है.
Okay.
वो जिंदगी ना मिलेगा दोबारा वाला सीन है, चलना चाहता हूँ, दौड़ना चाहता हूँ. तो मैं सिर्फ चलना चाहता था, दौड़ना नहीं चाहता था.
ज्यादा था. Okay.
तो फिर आई टोल्ड हिम कि लेट्स डू इट. ही वाज लिटिल अप्रेंसिव. ही वाज लाइक नहीं यार मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है एंड कौन चलेगा इतना दूर. Somehow in the evening we went to the Rishikesh. We went to Rishikesh Ghat and then we walked. And then we met some people. We had some fun, you know, with strangers and then we realized कि यार चलने में कितना मजा आता है. बाइक से तो मैं सीधा निकल जाऊंगा और वापस आ जाऊंगा. तो उसने बोला रघु, are you serious? Do you really want to walk? I'm like yes, bye, let's do it. And
Okay.
that moment we both decided कि okay, we'll just start walking. We did a little bit of research. We found a route, an ancient route through which we started walking. Through Google, we got a document, and then the name of the place, the group जिसने ये पूरा document किया था, it's called Being There, Doing That. It's a Dehradun organization. वहां से हम लोग को मैप मिला. Then we went through the river, जो गंगा river के साइड से चलते हुए, through the mountains, through the jungles, and through the small villages, and very unplanned. हम लोग को पता नहीं था हम लोग कहाँ खाने वाले हैं, कहाँ नहाने वाले, कहाँ रुकने वाले, किन लोगों से मिलने वाले. Nothing. All we knew that we are going to walk.
Okay.
So we walked for 8 days. In that 8 days, 4 दिन मेरा दोस्त मेरे साथ चला. और बाकी after 4 days he was like I want to, he got tired basically and he was like I also have some time, shortage of time. So मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं अभी वापस जाता हूँ ऋषिकेश and then I'll take the bike and I'll come. So you go or you can come with me. तो मैंने बोला यार नहीं, अभी I've started so I want to walk and thank you for like
Giving me support. हाँ.
मुझे इसका मतलब मुझे बेसिकली एक पुश चाहिए था और वो पुश के लिए थैंक्स अ लॉट. सो यू कैन गो बैक बट आई विल गो. सो रेस्ट ऑफ द 4 days I started walking on my own. That was a very different experience because this time when I was walking with my friend, it was like we were having fun, we were doing things. But when I was walking alone, I stayed with Aghori Babas. There was this one Aghori Baba who stayed in the jungle on the side of a road, and I stayed with him. उन्होंने मेरे लिए खाना बनाया अपने हाथों से. Like literally he had nothing. He was like very minimalistic. उसके पास एक चूल्हा था and he had this bowl and he had आटा. उस पे हाथ से जब बाजरी की रोटी बना के he cooked and बहुत ही delicious आलू की सब्जी बना के he fed me. And then we had some conversations जिसके अंदर I asked some questions and he was a very straightforward guy. इधर उधर कुछ नहीं, सीधा point पे बात करने वाला था. So when I asked him a very intelligent question from my side, he looked at me for a while and said, तुम मूर्ख हो. क्या हुआ? बोला तुम मूर्ख हो, ऐसा सवाल पूछ रहे हो. So I asked him, why did you become a Baba? Why did you become a Ghori Baba? So he said कि you can't ask this question to an ocean and get to know everything about the ocean, right? To know the ocean, you really have to go inside the ocean. To jump. Only then you will know the ocean, right? And बाबा जी ने बोला कि तू मेरे बारे में पूछ रहा है तो मैं मेरे शब्दों में नहीं बता पाऊंगा. तुझे खुद को ही जिंदगी जीनी पड़ेगी तब तुझे पता चलेगा. इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ तू मूर्ख है. So like some really intense experiences, and I also made a vlog, like a proper vlog series of this experience. It's on my channel.
Cool,
So
cool. I'll give them I'll give them a link to watch your experience. So okay, now you're telling me about your 8 days walk from Rishikesh to Kedarnath. So now tell us the experience that people bring when they are at Kedarnath. This place is really important to Hindus. It's quite spiritual in nature. I know a lot of people who are using animals to get there. Friends of mine have, gone to Kedarnath and given me their take on it. What's your take on it? Because you've gone walking and this is not just the normal walk, you've done it for quite a long time.
Yeah, so the thing is, its story makes suspense. So when I
Okay.
started walking from Rishikesh to Kedarnath, my my journey did not end at Kedarnath because I was
Oh,
walking last year and वो टाइम पे कोविड चल रहा था और उसके कारण वो टाइम पे जो फट होता है वो खुला नहीं था, दरवाजे नहीं खुले थे and no one was allowed to go ahead of Gangotri. So
okay.
not Gangotri, that place I forgot the name. So वहां से I could not go ahead, so I had to go to a different place. I went to Triveni.
Okay.
So मैं वहां पे गया और मेरा जो जर्नी था वहां पे जाके खत्म हुआ. So I did not actually go to Kedarnath.
Okay.
It was just one day of walk. एक दिन और मुझे अगर वो चलने देते, so पुलिस वाले ने like they literally stopped us, stopped a lot of people who were walking and said you can't go. So instead I went to Three Yogi Narayan. So yeah, so I couldn't go to Kedarnath, लेकिन
You went
someday
very close
I'm
by.
actually planning to go. I went very close by.
Okay, so what advice could you I want to take away from this single trip or a solo trip, and especially when you're walking, so what is the takeaway that you said? One, it is therapeutic, and another person helped you start this journey. But if there is some advice that you want to give a solo traveler that who's wanting to get into walking or just going alone, what is that one thing that that person should know about?
I think that person should know that he can do it. Actually, like a lot of people, they have this thing that they can't do it, and that is, matlab normally people will say कि you need a tent, you need a bag, you need a cloth, you need this. वो तो है, obviously वो चाहिए होगा. But सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है कि तुम्हें ये जानना ज़रूरी है कि you can do it. It's nothing that you can't. Like normally people have this fear कि what if
Mm-hmm.
ये सारी चीजें होती है. So as a solo traveler, we are making it a thing कि it's a solo travel and it's very this and that. Normally it's just a travel and we have been doing it since years and like ages. Imagine sadhus, what are they doing? They're walking, they're traveling solo, right? They are not going in group. So that's where the solo travel comes from मेरे हिसाब से. So solo travel karna is not actually a very big deal. Anyone can do it, and I think everyone should do it at least once. And if you want to walk, the very simple thing is to start walking slow. Like take a small walk around your place from one place to another place, and then start increasing so that you get an idea. Uh, then you will just get used to it.
So now that we've understood one phase of your life where you're walking, you've also traveled to countries now, uh, giving in exchange your services or your work in exchange for the whole travel, right? So tell
Right.
us about this trip by road without using a flight and getting to Southeast Asia, and spending your time in such a place, and what experiences did you bring back from another country? Now you've explored India as a territory. You've moved on to other cities and other states rather, and tell us a little about those experiences and how you planned them rather, because see, everybody is in the know of okay, things can be done, but like taking the first step, moving beyond our comfort zone is something that everyone's not okay to do. So tell me about that
Yeah.
rather.
So सबसे पहले तो I'll say कि I just started traveling the time मैंने जब सोचा कि I'll go to Southeast Asia. I just started traveling. I have just been to one place in India, that was Ladakh, and immediately after that I decided that I'll go to Southeast Asia. We went to Meghalaya. We explored Meghalaya for a week. Then we went to Impal. Then we went to the Indian border of Myanmar Indian border. So that is More, and then we just took an auto and crossed the border. Went to Tamu, which is the Myanmar border. Then we took a bus and then we went to the places where we were supposed to do work exchange. So इसके लिए हम लोगों ने visa जो है म्यांमार के लिए we had applied like 2 days before only, because Myanmar gives you a e-visa. It's very cheap also. I think it was some 2,500 when we went. So and you get it in just 2 days. बहुत easily you can apply for a visa. And then once you have a visa, you can stay there for 1 month. It's a 1 month visa. So we traveled at different places. We went to Bagan, we went to Inle, we went to Yangon and few other places. stayed everywhere for 1 week. So ऐसे करके हमारा 1 महीना निकल गया, and we only spent 15,000 rupees per head,
Wow.
including our visa cost and travel cost. So सिर्फ 15,000 रुपए per head लगा हमारा. Then took a bus, went to the Myanmar Thailand border, crossed the border, and then we went to Thailand. And Thailand में we stayed for 2 months. And उसके लिए we applied, the visa was applied in India only, क्योंकि Thailand में on arrival you get 14 days का visa. But if
Okay.
you want to stay for a longer period, then you have to apply पहले से. So हम लोग मुंबई में गए और हम लोगों ने जो फीस था वो पे किया, जो भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स थे वो सब कुछ दिए,
Submit किया.
and then we got 2 months का visa. Yeah. So again in Thailand we were doing the same thing. We were volunteering at different places and we were giving our skills. So I'll tell you what exactly we did. So I was good at making videos. So sometimes I used to make videos. Sometimes I was managing a hostel. Sometimes I was acting as a tour guide. Sometimes I was just acting as a guest relation guy. I was managing people and all those things. I was working in a farm also. We taught some kids also. We were cooking Indian food. And Gargi is a very good artist. So she was doing illustrations. She was designing menu cards, wall mural, and all those things. So all those things we were just doing it, and in exchange we were getting stay, food, and sometimes we also got money. So इस तरह से हम लोग traveled in Thailand. So now Thailand, we were there for 2 months, and we spent 20,000 rupees. Sorry, 15,000 rupees per head. So so far it's been 3 months and 30,000. So it's like 10,000
10,000 a month. Okay.
Again with 10,000 a month. So again we went to Cambodia. Cambodia में भी वही हम लोगों ने बस लिया, hitchhike भी किया. This time when we were in Thailand, we met a girl who hitchhiked all the way from Brazil to Thailand, and she was a solo traveler. So all the listeners who think is solo traveling for girls is impossible, तुम लड़के हो, तुम तो कर सकते हो, हम नहीं कर सकते.
So there are examples out there.
Yeah, and now you will say that she's a foreigner, she can do it. I mean, ठीक है, excuses तुम कुछ भी निकाल सकते हो. Even she was doing it. She was quite young. So उसकी वजह से we got inspired, and then we decided that we will also hitchhike. And we hitchhiked from that place to Krabi, and then we went to Cambodia. Cambodia maybe volunteered for 1 month. Again, we spent only 10,000 rupees this time. So overall, पूरा का पूरा Southeast Asia 40,000 per head for 4 months. So that was my experience. Yeah.
So now tell us.
And we had to come back because of the COVID.
Oh, okay. So tell me about how you're getting into these gigs, right? See, I understand thoda bahut pre-planning will be required. Something will be required where you know one person at least, in the country where, okay, this is my point of contact. Now I'm going to talk to this person. He's going to give me one gig. Once I'm there, then I have to figure out my way, right? So how was that? Like, how did you manage to find work? See, skill, chalo, video editing, even I know. Like, there are some skills that most of the people in cities would know how to do. Basic social media, guest relations, for example. All of these things, like, we know how to do it, right? So what was the trick, or what was the method to this madness?
See, it's very simple. No, when I started, I didn't even know that it was so simple. मैं तो मेरे contacts के through लद्दाख गया था.
Correct.
Later, I got to know that there are lots of websites जहाँ पे you just have to register, take a membership. वहाँ पे at this platform you will find lots of hosts who are just helping travelers to come and stay with them, and in exchange they get their work done. जैसे for example, मेरा एक wall है, खाली पड़ा हुआ है, मेरा cafe है, and I want someone to make a art, make a beautiful wall mural. So they will host an artist. So वो artist आके वहाँ पे अच्छा सा wall mural बना देगा, and there is a proper exchange. He saves a lot of money because normally wall mural artists will charge them a bomb, and he's saving money. And these guys who are traveling from a different country or a different state gets a place to stay. So there are these lots of beautiful websites through which you get to meet these beautiful hosts who take care of you, and you can stay with them. And the thing is, you only work for a couple of hours, like 4 to 5 hours a day. So you're not working all the time. So, I'm also taking workshops for this. And because it's not something that I can tell you in 5 minutes. So I take a 1 hour long workshop, and I tell everything, like how you can travel, how you can find, how you should make profile, what kind of work you can do. Even if you have some skills, how can you use those skills? And if you don't have any skills, how you can
develop
still volunteer. Even if you don't have, you can still use your hands and travel. So there are a lot of ways. So yeah, I'm taking workshops for a lot of people who wants to do this.
So please
So
reach out to Raghu
once you
for these workshops. I think I'll give you his Instagram handle, and I think definitely it will be of help. It's such a life skill that is saving your life and also allowing you to move out of your cubicle. Not live that cubicle life and your 9 to 5 job. If you want to ditch your 9 to 5 job, maybe Raghu is someone who used to connect with. So Raghu, last question. Your future. What are you thinking about? Travel and your future in travel, or what is it like? You've not thought about it, you're taking one day at a time. What is that like?
Why, what do you think? I
I think by this interaction.
can't plan my trips. I can't plan my itinerary.
Okay, so
So I
I
haven't
have my
planned about my
answer.
future, honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in every episode in Balancing the Act, I check with people about their life lessons. So they tell me, however old they are or however in different niches they tell me about their experience about life and what life has taught them. So please go ahead and give me your life lessons, so I can also save it, collect it, and use it in the future.
Okay. So what I have learned all this while by traveling
Hmm.
and before traveling, the life that I had when I was not traveling and I was working
Hmm.
in a corporate world in Pune city, and when I started traveling, that what the life is supposed to be lived. It's not just supposed to make a living. We're always trying to make a living all the time that we forget to live. So my takeaway, my lesson from this travel life is that your life is supposed to live, not just make a living. So yeah.
Quite crisp, quite short, and like this interview, I think we have done it in a good time. And thank you, Raghu, for taking the time out, speaking to me. And I hope when you're around, we can meet and have a cup of coffee or something. And I'm looking forward to see you in Mumbai,
Sure, man.
and also looking forward to you doing great work with your experiences, your course, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Kevin. It was really, really nice talking to you. I hope like a lot of people get to know this way of travel through your podcast, and I wish you the best for your podcast also. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you.